Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey, and welcome back to my closet, and the debut of my new backdrop! Ta-da! I mentioned in one of my other videos that I was working on reconfiguring things behind me. The whole pillow setup with just a couple of the dolls sitting there, you know, it wasn't really working for me anymore. Plus, some of you have said, oh, we want to see more of your collection. Change up the backdrop, which was some feedback I got in the survey that I put out towards the beginning of this year. I decided it was time. I took a couple of shelves that were originally outside the closet, cleared them out. I would like to do a room tour eventually to show you guys all of the changes that I've made, but it's still a work in progress, so I'm gonna wait till it's done. But for now, I was able to get several of my various dolls, mostly Rainbow High, and there's a couple of others up there that if I tilted the camera up too high, you wouldn't be able to see me anymore. Don't know if you guys care about that or not, but yes, this is what it's looking like now. Of course, these could change up if I move the dolls around or change their outfits, because I do like to redress my Rainbow High dolls a lot with the seasons. Also, you may see the old backdrop in a couple of videos that have yet to come out, because I filmed them ahead of time, so, you know, this is the newest video background. The old ones, you know, I just have to get them out and then that's it, you won't see it anymore. Anyway, with that all out of the way, let's actually get into the topic of this video. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this for too long. Monster Ball is finally here. Oh my goodness, I have been looking forward to this for a long time, and it feels like it's been so long since I reviewed a Monster High doll. They are just not distributing at the speed that I wish they would. Not only that, but they're just not distributing them very well when they do finally come out. But this one I ordered from Target.com. So I was browsing on Google just to see if anyone had listings up yet for any of the Monster Ball dolls, and hers popped up for Target. I was like, oh, yes. And then when I got into the Target app, it said, no, she's out of stock. So I was like, But the Target app is great because they have a little notification feature where when the item comes back in stock, it will send you an email and then you can purchase it. And I have gotten a lot of dolls that way by these Target notifications, so I love it. Target is one of my favorite places to shop. And here she is at last. Ah! She's so pretty, and I remember when we first saw her in the box, it was like, what is going on? Because they just squashed her up in the box and she didn't look as nice, but then we saw the stock images and it was like, oh, yes. Like I mentioned in my last news video, I do already have a Draculaura. She's right behind me there. But Monster High, they've just been coming out with so many of the same characters that it's hard not to buy another one of any of them, really, because otherwise you just never buy any more Monster High dolls. So for Monster High, I'm going to forego my rule about multiples of the same character because, I mean, Draculaura is just adorable. How can you resist? And the other great thing is they are managing to make them look super, super different each time, too. Not just in their outfits, but in their hair and makeup in a way that it's almost like an entirely new doll. Like Viridescent in particular, which I do have Laguna, we're gonna do in another video, but they like really just turned them on their heads and made them totally different and new. So, you know, I love what Monster High is doing right now. And with the state of things at Rainbow High, I think I'm going to be leaning more into getting Monster High for the rest of this year. So anyway, I did a lot of talking. Let's look at this box. It's a big bubble package. Of course, there's Draculaura looking so cute. And we have this molded disco ball thing going on this side. You can't really see it unless you have the light shining on it. But there's spider webs on the disco ball. And it's a cute nod to the fact that this is a dance line. Down in this corner, we have a group shot of their new style of artwork, which I was trying When the first wave of Monster High came out, G3, I was like, why does the artwork look so familiar? And then I realized it's the Cave Club artists that did the artwork for the first few dolls. Now it's being done by Darko, who I think did some Monster High art in the original run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it suits Monster High better as a brand that's supposed to be a little more out there and edgy. It captures their monster essence a little bit better than the other artwork. The other artwork was very cartoony, and I know that this version of Monster High is a little bit more innocent than the original, but that doesn't mean that they have to go full-on cartoony. I didn't hate the other artwork, but it was very obvious once I realized that it was just Cave Club artwork. But anyway, I never collected Cave Club, just not really my thing. Here's more of that beautiful art on the back, and there's all the ghouls at the ball. And it says Draculaura's scare accessories. Some of these puns, no, they just don't work. It's just put the word scare in it and it'll be fine. Heartthrob purse. Ha. That I like, heartthrob purse. And lipstick. Her favorite ballroom snack is chocolate-covered strawberries. And monster photo prop is a rose bouquet. I am going to get this lovely little monster out of her box. We can look at her at last! Also, here is Draculaura's barcode in case you are trying to find her yourself. And guys, she is out of the box and she's like, ta-da, here I am. She just kind of made that pose as I was moving her to get the ties out. Oh, I love her. She's so cute. Oh, see, now I'm like, do I want to put this Draculaura in the background or do I want to put her somewhere else? Because she's just so adorable. Her hair I need to play with a little bit. In the promo pictures, I think it was a little more voluminous. It's supposed to look more 80s inspired. This line has a lot of 80s inspiration. I'd like to get some of that volume back if I have to curl it or whatever, but we can work on that later. Here's her face, and I love the side eye, of course. She is so cute and sassy with that. Her eyebrows are a little bit more slanted down than her other one. She has a little bit more of an attitude. Her makeup is this heavy hot pink eyeshadow and then like some buffing under the eye and then a darker smoky layer over the top. Of course, she has her little heart birthmark or beauty mark, that's what I mean, and a very, very hot pink lipstick with her little fangs. What I would have loved is if they did some glitter in this makeup look, because oh, look how bright she is compared to me with the light this close. I don't usually pull the light down this much, but I'm still trying to figure out the lighting situation with the new backdrop. For some reason, it's making things look darker. Anyway, so, glitter. I want glitter in this look. Then it would have been perfect. Like, I love the glitter that they're doing with Viridescent. I take a little bit of that and throw it in here because, you know, we already got other shiny elements. She's got some tinsel in her hair that we're gonna look at. So glitter would have been super appropriate. But it's okay. It's still a really nice makeup look, and she definitely put a lot of extra time into it because it is a special occasion. Of course, then she has her bangs. They're not super hard, but they are gelled and curled, which again is a very super 80s look. And this big bump that she has up here, which is tied back with a spiderweb lace ribbon. Of course, it's plastic. If you look from the side, you can see that there is a plastic piece. It's not a ring, it's more like speared into this top knot. There are some threads also holding it in place right now. If you remove the thread, I don't know how easy it would be for it to stay. So I'm just gonna leave the thread because I could still wash the main part of her hair without messing with the bun. And it's actually very nicely formed. It's not messy or anything. Of course, I might wind up messing it up if I'm brushing the hair. It's nice right now. I just really, it's kind of like a rat's nest right now. And it's because she has a lot of hair and they did try to do a little bit more texture to it, whereas most of the Draculauras we've had so far have had pin straight hair. Hers is a little bit wavy, but it just got crushed in the box, so it really needs some help. But since we're looking at the hair right now, let's take a deeper look. This tinsel, I have never seen anything like this before. It's almost got the look of fiber optic lights because there's all these little tiny dots running down the strands. So it's like she took fairy lights and strung them into her hair, and I love that look. I think that is so pretty, and like I said, I've never seen anything like this. It's so different and so special for this line. Of course, we have the classic black and pink. It's mainly black on the bottom, and then there's more pink rooted onto the top. So it kind of cascades from pink to black. I love this design. She's so perfect. Every Draculaura is just, but I can't buy them all. Even though I would, like, I'd be tempted to, but I'm not going to buy them all. Only the ones I absolutely love. So the next one is definitely going to be the one that comes with the bench and, like, the picnic stuff. That's my next Draculaura. So her earrings are these dangling hearts. There are bat wings at the top, and if you look at the heart itself, I'm going to get in real close here, there's what I would call a chantilly lace design. If you've ever seen that on like a cake or something where they do a bunch of swirls that kind of meet together. Part of me though wishes that there was black paint on the wings of the earrings, but I will let it go. Then we get down to the outfit itself. So she has this adorable little dress. And actually there's a necklace here. Let me take that off first so we can see the dress alone. So the dress is made of a really thick satin. I don't know what to call this fabric. It's the kind that just really keeps its shape. The kind that you can singe for cutting details like they did with the spider web on the bottom of the skirt. My words are failing me right now. It's like I almost know what this is called, but I cannot for the life of me think of it right now. And I don't hate that it's made of this. It doesn't feel cheap, even though it's like crinkly and papery. It's not thin, it's thick. There's times we've had this material on other dolls where it's really thin, you can see your finger through it almost, and it's just doesn't feel nice, but this feels nice, and it works for the style of dress that she has. So it is a short little dress. It's got some layers to it. At the bust area, and it's really hard to see all the foiling on here because it's just so shiny. It's all blending together when the light hits it. But the bust is lined with some pink tulle, which is adorable. We have black ribbon straps. And then down here, the skirt has foil patterns of spider webs and hearts and flowers even, and it continues all the way around. It's a super shiny pink foil. The other thing is it works really well for the foily design of this dress, because if you try to print the foil onto other materials, it might make it way too stiff. This doesn't feel super stiff and hard, like if you pulled on it by accident, it would ruin the foil. It's flexible, it's smooth. I really like it. It feels nice, and because there's some added layers of tulle underneath, it does give it a very realistic kind of dress feel. Each layer is scalloped with a spider web cut. It's, again, the kind of material that you can singe so that it doesn't fray, although I don't think this kind of material frays anyway, but just to be safe. There is a satin layer in here, which I guess is the main part of the dress that they sewed the skirt pieces onto. And you can see that we have a tulle layer above the second skirt. So that gives it a little extra volume. And then we have more tulle underneath the second skirt. And it's pleated to, again, give it extra volume. And then let's look at her jewelry. So this is the necklace that I took off of her so we could see the dress. It is a big statement piece kind of necklace. There's a couple of chains. There's a big heart in the center with some bat wings and then a smaller heart hanging down. And it goes really well too with the dress. It almost looks like it's part of the dress, like it could be holding it up here. And then on each wrist she has something. So on this wrist she has just plain pink pearls in a little bangle bracelet. They're slightly translucent. And then on this wrist she has her corsage, which is a black rose, and it has black leaves too. Now the back of the dress has this piece too. This just kind of 100% sold me. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, she has a gigantic bow. I love it. She has this huge satin ribbon, like it's tying the back of the dress up in a huge bow. It goes down past her knees and I love it. It's also hemmed all the way around, so the satin is not going to fray, even at the edges down here, which they could have tried to singe instead. But no, they hemmed it so that it's nice and clean, and it is attached to the dress. It's not a separate piece, so when you unvelcro the dress, it comes with it. And to make it look like it's actually tied around the dress, there is a little pink belt around the waist. Then she's got these pink tights. Simple, but I think it goes well with the outfit. A lot of times when you have a short dress, a short formal dress, you do wear tights or stockings of some kind underneath. So these go really nicely and they will be really good in people's restyles, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people are going to use them. And I just want to say too, I didn't mention while we were talking about the main part of the dress, even though the foil is this bright hot pink, it still looks dark. When you look at the dress in the light, it shifts in certain ways to make it still look dark. And I appreciate that too, because you don't want her to look non-monstery and too bright and colorful. It's very gothic chic and I love it. 80s gothic chic, who would have ever thought? And then finally we have her big ol' shoes. They are these tall pump heels. I mean, look how thick. Those are like Bratz level thickness of shoes. They have a strap around the ankle. There is molded spiderweb design. It matches the foil design on the dress itself. There are little black hearts on the toes, which are also surrounded in little scallop designs. There's a big, almost doily pattern on the back of the heel and nothing on the bottom. Sometimes they sneak stuff onto the bottom of the shoes, but not this time. And that is Draculaura herself, and she's so precious. I cannot wait to get this hair the way that I want it. It feels super soft. It's saran, for sure. It's just, right now, it's just a hot mess, but I'm gonna make it so pretty, and I can't wait. I just love this. This is definitely exactly what I would picture her wearing at a formal event, and it does remind me too a lot of Sweet 1600, which I think was the point of this whole thing. Like, Claudine's outfit is also very much like her Sweet 1600 look, so that's definitely what they were going for, and I appreciate that. She also came with some accessories. So here's her, as they said on the box. This is the Heartthrob purse. It is a heart shape, and it has the same pattern again as the foil on the dress, going all the way around. There's a little handle that can move back and forth. We've got a batwing clasp, and it does open, which is perfect because she also has this tiny lipstick, and you can open it. So there's the lipstick itself. The top of the container has a heart, of course, and there is a little finger hole so that she can hold it and apply, oh, if her elbow goes the right way, apply the lipstick to herself. As we said, her favorite snack at the prom ball party is chocolate-covered strawberries, so she comes with a tray with 2 chocolate-covered strawberries. They are mostly flat. Strawberries are not that flat unless you slice them in half, but the leaves are little bat wings. And then we have this chocolate fountain, which, oh, this is so cute. I don't think I've ever seen a doll chocolate fountain in my life, and I love it. It has, again, that lacy pattern on the bottom here, and so much chocolate. Ugh, pouring out of this skillet. I'm a chocolate fiend. If there's a chocolate fountain anywhere, I am going to eat everything on it. I even had one at my Sweet 1600. I love that she came with this. It just shows how much she and I are alike. Our preference for Victorian style and the vampireness and the chocolate. Everything. She also comes with her prop for the photo booth, which is this big bouquet of black roses that I can only assume were given to her by Claude. And they do not come out in any way. There is a bow down here which can be removed. Not sure what the purpose of that is, unless they just wanted to have a different color of plastic, so rather than painting it, they just molded a separate piece for it. The problem is, I mean, she can hold it like a baby, but I kind of wish that it had little handholds or something for her to hold it in front of her, kind of more bridal style, but it's fine. It is a fun, really huge prop. And also on the back of the paper holding the bouquet, it does have a spiderweb design. You can see the little ridges. It is nice. I like that they came with all kinds of fun accessories, because obviously when you're at the prom, you're gonna take pictures, you're gonna have snacks. I didn't go to my prom though, so I guess I wouldn't actually know what goes on at a prom. And then finally, there's an adorable little picture of the ghouls together. It's just on some paperboard, but it is a picture of the actual dolls, not the artwork. But they look so good! And each one, I mentioned when I first talked about Monster Ball when they hadn't come out yet, that each doll comes with a different picture, which is another thing that I really appreciate. They could have just reprinted the same picture over and over, but this way, if you get the whole line, you get all these fun pictures of your ghouls together and you can hang them up. But I do love this doll. She is so pretty! And I was waiting for her for so long, and I'm so glad I was able to get her early on and not have any problems with her being sold out or anything, because I know that Monster High, when the dolls are releasing, they're just gone. And then they come back, like they trickle back in here and there. So let me know what you think of Draculaura. If you're getting any of the other Monster Ball dolls, what do you think of the line in general? Thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 1600.